June came, June 17th came, and Nixon was pulling it like 73,000.
It's on. It's on. Yeah.
I came under that, and they said, yes, agreed for it, we can give them an
Who's the last question? I'll pick you up.
Is this okay?
Sit right there.
I can't hear very well.
James, can you hear me?
You can start right now.
Okay, it's on, right?
It's already on.
Okay.
And just take the little camera down there and touch it, and that'll take pictures.
Okay. Test.
Yeah, I'm talking on the wireless.
Can you hear me, James?
Yeah, no, it's
That's good.
Test. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
All right. First, I'd like to say thank you, everyone, for coming out. My name is Rob Gent. I'm the Vice President of the Independence Business Association. I also own the Anytime Fitness right across the street. The Independence Business Association, they held a City Council candidate forum last month for the business owners. It went over very well, and we wanted to do another one in a public forum to invite all the city residents to come in and get to know the city council candidates. So thanks, everybody, for coming out. We're going to start the evening with Dr. John Stephenson. He's going to come up. He's going to say the Pledge of Allegiance and lead us in a prayer. Dr. John Stephenson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, if you would join me in our Lord's Prayer, it's an honor to be here to pray to the Lord with great businessmen of my hometown. And it goes like this. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. John Stephenson. We appreciate that. Along with the IBA, I'm also joined by the IBA President, Diana Cloger from Jude's Automotive and Towing, as well as Jim Wright from Independence Cleaners. They're going to be our timekeepers for the evening. We have a series of questions to go over that were compiled through the IBA as well as city residents. Each candidate for the first round will be given 3 minutes to do a brief introduction. After that, every question, each candidate will have 90 seconds. Jim will show the yellow card when they have 30 seconds left. Diana will show the red card when the time is up. So please be respectful of the time. Okay. Well, let's get started. So all the candidates were putting their name into a hat, and they were drawn to see what order they would go in. So Mr. Brian Romer, you have the pleasure of going first. Please give us a 3-minute introduction about yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. I'll be honest, I've never been a leadoff hitter before in my life. I wasn't built for that, so it's a new position I find myself in. So thanks to everybody for being here. My name is Brian Romer. I have lived in Independence now for 6 years. Moved in 2018 when my wife and I found out we were expecting our first child, and we were looking for a forever community to raise our family and build a home and settle roots down. Graduated from Northern Kentucky University in 2008 with a degree in journalism, which is awesome since I use that every day now in my HR job. Graduated with a master's degree in human resources back in 2021 from Louisiana State University Shreveport, and currently work for a company called Orion LLC out of Dallas, Texas. We are a global tax firm that specializes in getting money back from the government. There I serve as our stock plan administrator, where I run our global equity plan for over 4,400 participants in 13 countries. And right now we're helping work and develop our plan on going from a privately held company to get IPO ready in the next 18 months or so. So it's a very exciting time for me at the company. Got 2 little girls at home, a 6-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, who keep me very busy. Very excited about all the events coming up right now. Currently at the dance center in Independence. They wanted to be here, but didn't think they'd be able to hang out in the audience without causing a ruckus. So thought it'd be better to go to dance tonight. So a little about me. I love to be outside, doing things outdoors. We camp a lot. I like to hunt, fish, play sports. Really do just about anything where I can get out of the house and enjoy what we have and the resources we offer, the parks, all that kind of stuff. We love being up here and doing that kind of stuff. That's a bit about me. No, it's not 3 minutes, but.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Fantastic. Carol?
I'm Carol, the rose between all of Warren. I've been here for 27 years. We moved here in 1996 when I was expecting my second son, Ryan. My husband and I have been married for 31 years, and we have 3 boys and 3 daughter-in-laws. We have 2 grandchildren, a boy and a girl, 8 days apart. We'll be turning 3 in May, and another one on the way, due in December. That is my favorite job, by the way, being a grandmother. My community involvement includes, I've been on council for 22 years. I was first elected to council when I was 31, so you can do the math on how old I am now. I'm a member of Independence Christian Church for the last 26 years, where I've served as board chair, board secretary, board treasurer. I'm the current vice board chair, and I'm also an elder. I'm the Simon Kenton Varsity Boys and Girls head swim coach for the last 14 years, and before that, believe it or not, I was an assistant middle school football coach at Summit. That comes from me having 3 boys. I also volunteer in my spare time at the animal shelter. I am the president and the founder of the Friends and Colon Cancer Research Fund that my family started after my son was diagnosed with colon cancer, and we have raised $66,000 in the last 3 years to give towards colon cancer research. I'm a corporate paralegal at Common Spirit Health, which was formerly Catholic Health Initiatives. I decided to run for council, which I can get into a little bit later, but I decided to first run for council because a gentleman at my church got me interested, and I never really had any thoughts of doing that, although I did graduate from NKU in 1993 with a political science degree. I've always been very much involved and liked politics, but I never really thought about running for office, but I am glad that I did. So that's me in a nutshell.
Thank you very much. Mr. Dave Schaefer.
How much time do I have?
2.5 seconds.
My name is David Schaefer. I wrote myself out because I can't miss as much as up here. I'm currently serving my second term on City Council. Born and raised in the city of Florence. Went to Bussiness High School, Northern Clifton University, and Cincinnati State. I'm currently self-employed as a technology tradesman, which I've been on my own since 2001. I married my dream girl in 1992, and she brought me to the city of Independence back in 1993. We lived at 4019 Richardson Road, which is now the firehouse on Turkeyfoot Road. If you've been here long enough, we used to have a barn with a big smiley face on it. Back when Turkeyfoot was a 2-lane road all the way through there. So I've seen a little bit of greatness to the city. We were lucky enough to be able to build on the family farm there back in 1997, and we've been there ever since. We've raised 2 successful children, Jacob and Kelly. They both come through the school systems here, Beach Grove, Summerview, Simon Kenton. Jacob is currently a full-time firefighter paramedic for the city of Florence. He's married here, living with my grandson here inside the city of Independence. I'm proud to say my daughter is a police officer here for the city of Independence. She's currently out with the Kentucky Army National Guard doing some training maneuvers. Some of the history in the past, just what we've done in the past. Was part of the Scouts. I went through this, it was a very interesting task going through what you did and how did you get to where you did. I seemed to keep getting promoted every time I did something. Scouts, pack assistant leader to treasurer. Northern Kentucky Youth Association, which was the big sports organization we had down here. Started as a coach, ended up coaching 3 different teams, became a referee, soccer administrator, and the king trainer of the referee team for the organization. CDM, my professional organization. I was asked to teach a class, became a certified instructor. Soon I was a team leader, and then became a subject matter expert. I did the Independent Citizen Police Academy back in 2004. I was in 2002, class 4. In 2009, I was elected treasurer of the Citizen Police Academy Alumni Association, and I still hold that title as of today. There's a lot of involvement to that there, from everything from festivals, food drives, car shows, and a bunch of different city events. I've also served on grand jury duty and just keeping in line with that there. I've been on pettit and grand jury duty, and somehow I managed to be elected foreman on both circuits. I've been to numerous Kent County meetings, mayor meetings, parades, festivals, and a lot of different city involvements. I'm currently a member of the Independence Business Association. I did the Independent Citizens Fire Academy Class 4 in 2002. In 2019, I was awarded the key to the city by the mayor and the administrator and the current police chief for all my volunteer work in the sport I've done throughout the city. It was shortly thereafter, somebody asked me, why don't you run for city council? I said, I don't know, I just never thought about it. I did. Luckily enough, I was awarded the seat back in 2020, my first run. And I came back in here and...
Thank you, Mr.
I was at my red mark.
Mr. Tom Brinker.
Wow, after all that, I think I might as well get up and leave now. Tom Brinker in 3 minutes or less. My name is Tom Brinker. You may recognize me on your ring camera. It's the guy in the green shirt that says vote for Tom at the dog park. If so, I apologize for that. I've been on city council. I think I've served approximately 8 terms. I've lived in the city since, born and raised in Northern Kentucky. Lived in the city since '95. I am married to my wife Patty of 36 years. I had to make sure to get the math right on that. I have 2 daughters, Tori, who is 21, and Savannah, who's 17, and I believe Tori's probably teaching your daughters right now at the dance center. They both teach in the dance center, have been active here for quite a bit. I kind of got involved in the city. Well, you know me, it was not long grass, but that's a whole different story. Some 20 years ago, volunteering with the 4th of July event, 4th of July, I'm an electrician by trade. I work for St. Elizabeth Hospital. And, you know, I kind of got involved with the city doing that, and it kind of went from there. I served on the Park and Recreation Board as the chairman under Larry with city clerk. The past treasurer and president of the city, Independent Citizen Police Academy. This last right 4 days. Yes. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm also presently on the Telecommunication Board of Northern Kentucky as a board member representing Independence in Bromley. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Anybody want to borrow another 30 seconds?
Mr. Greg Stephenson.
Thank you.
Greg Stephenson. I am native of Kenton County. I grew up in Fort Wright and attended high school at Covington Catholic, College at Northern with a bachelor's degree with majors in anthropology and political science, and a master's degree in pastoral theology from St. Joseph's College of Maine. Career, in my first career, I was an air traffic controller and for 37 years. And I worked all over the country, from starting with working briefly at the headquarters as far as with Congo, American Samoa. And I was Hawaiian, Montana, Missouri, and Kentucky, and the tower here. After I retired from controlling, I moved back here and got a job in the highway department. So for nearly 5 years now, I worked for the County Transportation Cabinet and their coordination for the highway department. Another thing, the high point of my career, I guess, was in Washington, D.C. I worked at the FAA headquarters. I was a branch manager for what's called certification standards, and I was responsible for overseeing the licensing of all the air traffic controllers in the United States, both civilian and military. And family, and I moved to Independence in '95 and stayed here for about 5 or 6 years. And then we commenced to move all over the country for about 19 years. And then when I retired from controlling, we moved back here into the same house that we had lived in all those years before. Let me tell you, after 19 years of being rented, it definitely needed some work. Let me rent it out, you know what I mean. And I decided to get back involved in politics again. I served a term on city council earlier and came back here and didn't like the way the growth was going here, so I decided to run again. So this is, I'm completing my second term now. Family-wise, I'm married to a wife of 37 years, Anita, and I have 4 grown children, 3 boys and 1 girl, 2 of which live in the area. And thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Matthew Failer.
Everybody, my name is Matthew Failer. I've lived in Independence, born and raised for 43 years. I love the city more than life itself. I live and breathe this city, so much so that I wanted to grow up and be an Independence police officer, and that's just what I did. Started out my law enforcement career in Cincinnati, Ohio at first. I was working for the federal police as a security contractor for 13 or so years. During that time, I guarded facilities like the FBI and guarded the federal courthouse and federal buildings, such buildings that were government owned. I worked a long career over there. I put myself through the police academy over in Ohio. So over there it's a little different, you have to pay for it. Put myself through the police academy and started working part-time. My first police job was in Lincoln Heights, Ohio. Second one was Cincinnati State. Start working there part-time, eventually flip-flop because I started having kids. So I needed some health insurance. Working for the government as a contractor, you don't get health insurance. So I decided to go full-time, took a $15 an hour pay cut to leave the federal facility and start working full-time at the police department. And did that for a couple of years and made my way over here to Kentucky and still lived here and still lived in Independence during that time, but I made my way back over here and finally got hired on at Independence Police. There at Independence, I had a great career, worked with a lot of people I still miss to this day. Unfortunately, my career there came to an end because I had to take a medical retirement. I got hurt while I was at work. But during that career there, I moved myself up. It was about 8 years. I moved myself up to detective, where I wanted to be, and I learned a lot of things from the staff there. I learned how to write reports. I learned how to do a lot. I really grew as a police officer in Independence, and I just made me love the city even that much more. The staff was great. We have our chief now sitting in the audience, and Chief Brian Ferrarni taught me a lot. He actually helped me along the way in becoming a detective. So I went after that. After that career, I also did the evidence and independence too. I was in charge of evidence. After that, we went through. After that, we went ahead and I started a new career in real estate, and wanted to remain part of the city. I wanted to remain as I've always been. One of my first loves here is the city, so I wanted to remain part of it. So I wanted to decide that I was going to go ahead and put myself through and go through city council. I'm a past member of the Masonic Lodge, and I also,
Thank you. Mr. Greg Wade.
Hello, my name is Greg Wade. I've lived in Independence since 1990. I grew up in Northeast Ohio. From there I went to the U.S. Navy. I spent 4 years in the Navy. Got to see the world, which was a good thing. Got out of the Navy in Charleston, South Carolina, and immediately got on their fire department. I've spent 34 years in the fire service, retiring from Independence, and I've worked at Edgewood and Fort Mitchell along the way on days off. I met my wife, Jackie Kelch. She's a Simon Kenton graduate. My son graduated from Simon Kenton, who's now Chief Petty Officer in the Navy, stationed at Andrews Air Force Base, or Joint Base. My daughter Gabrielle graduated from Northern and is now a special ed teacher at Summit View. And my daughter Josie is getting ready to go through paramedic school. Since 1990, we've lived in Yorktown. Independence is a great place to raise a kid. My wife's not going to leave, I can tell you that right now. She doesn't like the snow, so can't go north. We're heavily involved in SAP, which is the Stray Animal Adoption Program. So I tell Jackie every Monday it's like Christmas Day to get a new puppy. I've served on the Kent County Code Enforcement Board for about 4 years. I am what the IBA dubs the Christmas Walk Czar. I think this will be my 8th year of doing that. And it's just a great, Independence is just a great, great place to raise a family. And that's about all I have.
I love what you said during the IDA forum. You said you were a failed foster for the dogs.
Well, it's happened a couple times.
Thank you. Mr. Chris Vogelpohl.
Good evening. I'm going to stray a little bit and do something a little different. I want to talk about one of the folks who was actually running against all of us up here. Chris Barber was unable to be with us tonight. Chris is a friend of mine, and he asked me to send along his regards and his thank you to the IBA for the invitation. Chris is the base manager for Air Evac. They lost their helicopter a couple weeks ago. His crews are still going through a very difficult time, and it was more important for him to be with his work family tonight. So he sends along his regards. On that, we'll go back to me now. So I have lived in Independence since the mid-'80s when my parents moved me out here from Edgewood. I thought that they were moving us to the ends of the earth at the time. I have truly seen Independence grow over the years. Grew up out here, actually went to Holy Cross High School, and then on to NKU, where I met my beautiful wife, Shauna. We'll be married 25 years this year, actually next month. We have 2 daughters, Jenna and Anna. They are 20 and 16. Both of them through Kent Elementary, Simon Kent out here. My oldest daughter, Jenna, will be graduating NKU next year. Next year. And Anna is currently a junior at Simon Kent. A little bit about myself is I was a firefighter paramedic for close to 25 years. Retired, I started my career out here at Independence, and then I ended up moving on to the City of Covington Fire Department where I retired. Currently, I work for St. Elizabeth Hospital. I am essentially a liaison between all 6 of St. Elizabeth's ERs and every fire department in the surrounding counties. So it's a big, busy job. I am an active member of St. Barb's Church over off Turkey Foot. I had coached soccer many years for Independence Soccer Club, and we just enjoy living in this city. I was able to pull my wife out here from Fort Wright back in 1999, and we've never had thoughts of leaving. So that's a little about me.
Great. Thank you very much. Okay, the next round, each candidate will get 1 minute and 30 seconds to answer the questions. We will start off with Mrs. Carol Franzen. The question is, why are you choosing to run again, and what issues will your campaign focus on?
Well, I'm choosing to run again because I don't feel like I'm finished. I've been around for quite a while, but I still very much enjoy the job. I enjoy the community. I enjoy being part of the shaping of the community. I just feel like I still have more things to add. And I also feel like that my knowledge of history and my knowledge of the facts and some of the things that it takes to learn over time, I've got a good grasp on those things, and I just still feel like I have things to add. So, and the second part of the question, I've already forgotten.
Sure.
Because,
What issues will your campaign focus on?
my main focus will just continue to be the growth and independence, keeping taxes low, making sure that the parks continue to be wonderful. Hoping to put in a splash pad. I want to just continue on infrastructure improvements, saving money in that regard. Our public works department does a great job of doing a lot of things in-house, and so we're able to save money that way and move it to other areas. Continue to have a great police department, and just be a part of all of those things. That kind of freaks me out.
Yeah, right? Especially coming from Jim. All right, next one is Mr. Schaefer. Why are you choosing to run, and what issues will your campaign focus on?
Follow Carol. She's not easy one to follow her. Basically, I wrote down here is to pay it forward. I had the opportunity to move to the city with my wife, raise 2 kids, run them up through all the different activities through the schools, to different options and things throughout the city. Just again, to see it pay it forward. I don't know, I'm really helps put that there. My choice to stay here as opposed to moving out. Love the place. It's a great, safe community. And I want to see my kids have the same opportunities I had, as well as the neighbors and the greater community as a whole. And I guess the other funny thing I wrote down is try to keep the place looking as much as a hallmark town as we possibly can. I think we're pretty close. We've got some spots in the city that could use some tender loving care, but I think overall, generally, if you look around the different areas, everybody keeps complaining about the city across the highway. We're nowhere near like the city across the highway over there. Not even close to it, so that's about it.
Thank you. Mr. Brinker.
Same question. Everybody gets tough to follow, both of these guys, but I think that the reason I chose to run again is to continue, I think we're going in the right direction. As a city, we do have issues that particularly growth and how we keep the small town feel that we have, and also maintaining a tax base that everyone can afford. I think we're heading in the right direction, and I think that one of the things I hope that I bring to City Council is the ability to listen to what people have to say, to take a logical approach to issues, and make a decision that's best for the entire city. I think some of the areas that I would like to see us kind of improve on or work towards would be, once again, park and recreation. The amphitheater out here, the expansion of that was something that Mary Yeager, when she was here, was a dream. I was on the board with her, and something that we worked forward. I'm glad to see that happen. And I think there's more things that we can do in the city, particularly for the youth these days, to give them something positive to do, like the splash pad. And like I say, just keep the city moving in the right direction in a controlled growth manner. I got the other part.
Thank you very much. Mr. Stephenson.
Okay, the same question. When I moved back here after being gone for 19 years, I didn't like the way the city had grown, and that's why I decided to run for council again. And will continue to my campaign against development. And it's not going to, I'm not gonna lessen it, and people can count on me that I will be a voice against the relentless growth that has afflicted us here. And the other issue is the parks, which one thing is to slow the development, we can't stop it obviously, and the other thing is to take care of the people that are already here. And I think the parks are a key part of doing that. And our Parks Department has really done a good job, and the city's parks, I'm very proud of them. And that's why I brought up the splash pad, because I think that was really something that nice that we could do for the city, and Carol was really thrown in with me on that, and I appreciate it. So I think improve our parks and work against development are my two issues.
Great, thank you very much. Mr. Matt Failer.
So I'm running for city council because I believe I have a debt, a commitment and a debt to the city for all it's given me. What I'm focusing on, I'm dedicated to ensuring that the city's future is guided by thoughtful, intentional growth that preserves a unique character in the heart of Independence. My goal is to bring balanced, well-considered change that respects our community's roots while enhancing its future.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Wade.
I'm running for council again because, just like the other one said, I think there's still unfinished business left to do. The splash pad in our parks is a great idea. Mr. Stephenson brought up and Ms. Franzen are working on, so hopefully that's here in the next few months. Growth is inevitable. It's the one thing, but it's how you maintain that growth. We have to do it the smart way. There's so much council can only do so much. So we have to try to do it smartly. The issues with the parks and stuff, we're going to continue to push on that. We have a great parks coordinator. We've had, when Nita was here, she was great with the parks also. So maintaining our parks, getting that splash pad done, I think that'll be huge. So.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Wade. Mr. Vogelpohl.
So why am I running? Quite honestly, for me, it's about service. For me personally, that is what I was taught being brought up. Your purpose here on earth, why we're here, is to serve others. My grandfather was a state senator. I had an uncle who was an elected district judge in Kane County. And that's why my signs are green. Both my uncle and my grandfather had green signs. I don't know if any of y'all have seen them. That's a nod to my heritage, to continue on what they started, what they taught me, what they instilled in me. So that's why I run. And as far as areas to focus on, I don't have an agenda. I was raised here. I'm raising my kids here. I want to see, like everybody else, I want to see smart growth. Growth is inevitable. It's inevitable. There is nothing we can do to just put the brakes on it and stop it. We have to be smart about it. So with that in mind, we will continue to work towards what is good growth and try to halt what is bad growth if that's possible. So that's why I'm running, and that's what I will focus on.